No worries, y'all ain't gonna see nothing you ain't supposed to see. Don't worry about it. Sometimes. Okay. Sometimes it's just, as you all are possibly coming in, the thumbnail looks like about 4 to 5, practitioners. Okay. I want to specify because I honor the craft. I am not a person that looks at the term witch in a negative connotation because I know better now. I know what it's all about. So that's not me. But just in case some of y'all thought, that's not me. Okay? I have issue with ungrounded energy. Okay? With ungrounded practices, with practices that are based out of fear and ego, without regard to others, without balance and checks and balances within themselves, without consideration of just being introspective to one's own self and motivation. Malignant stuff for no reason. Like, that's the stuff I have a problem with, okay? So, but the title says, sometimes, collective, whenever you see this video, whenever you do, sometimes we just gotta, okay? We just gotta, some of us are surrounded by it nonstop, okay? You just gotta squeeze things in, how you can get it, where you can get it, when you can get it, creatively, okay? This is my son. He's got a pretty big bathtub this time. His other apartment, it had a smaller, more traditional size. So this one is a pretty big tub. I mean, it's not as, I've seen bigger, okay? But, taking advantage of some of that stuff to help, especially if you're trying to care for people and you're surrounded by people who don't want you to be able to care for people. And don't want you to be able to care for yourself and, So sometimes we gotta just, sirens, water, earth, give intention and all that. I'm not gonna be here long with y'all because this is meant to be intimate. This is meant to be private. This is for me. So, but I thought I would come on since I'm a teacher, and I'm a teacher who likes to teach practically and by example and by even in some cases showing to a degree, of course not every single thing, but showing some small stuff that ain't a big deal. This ain't nothing deep. This is nothing deep. This is nothing super special. Okay, I just infused a tub with Reiki, with selenite, with tourmaline, with some other ingredients, with my invocation, with light language, and got a basic candle. It's not fancy. It's not one of my favorites because I like Yankee candles because Yankee candles smell like the bomb. Okay, whoop. Or, those organic candles, which also are equally expensive. So this is this cheap, cheesy, I shouldn't say cheesy, but you do sometimes, you just do what you shuffle through the cupboards or whatever. a dollar store candle. You put your intentions, some cloves, some other ingredients, and clear your energy, and remembering you are pulling the energy in, because a part of the whole surrounding the collective the way they are is to keep the collective dissociated, fragmented, to keep them disembodied, to keep them polarizing, to keep them focused, in other words, energy, to keep them focused outside of themselves and away from themselves and their children and their lives and their own health and well-being. So if they have to stomp all to be down into the midnight hour, that's what they'll do. If they have to try to bully you unspokenly, I'm doing spell work. Ooh. I'm gonna do spells on you and your children if you show your face, Ariel. If you sing, Ariel. If you break the spell that I created when I tricked you, and you reclaim your authority and sovereignty and frequency and your voice and ability to rule both water and earth. I'm gonna get you, Ariel. I'm gonna get your children. I'm gonna get your little gupper fish, Ariel. Ariel is here. Sovereign versions, benevolent versions, ascended, transcendent versions of that. Oh, see, anything to do with the sound of that, they have a problem with, guarantee you. When you make music, they're trying to figure out how can we fuck up any frequencies that's gonna be of good use. We like them toxic, but you know, if they got anything that's helping themselves and others be liberated and free from our fuckery. Anywho, if you're into baths. Now, some of you, I know you're not, whether you're a man or a woman, it's just not your thing. But something about water, especially if you activate it, okay? It's ferocious, like this beautiful content creator talks about, because she's a siren. She has a business. And she talks about the veracity of water. She talks about the soothing, the ebb and the flow, but she also talks about its destructive side when necessary. It's healing, it's calming, it's soothing, it's cleansing. All right? We have earth, water, fire. We had air somewhere going over here, and we have ethers represented by me. Sound. Okay. Anywho, and you say I got a bag of popcorn, bitch? It's not. It's a bag of butter popcorn and some Kool-Aid, because you know they rob you for a long time, and you basically just have to get creative. Okay. Because their intention is to make your life uncomfortable. So it's going to be this energy of, how do you say? Every step, every move you make. And it's another song, I'll be watching you. Oh, anyways, it's another one that I'm thinking of. But yeah, and nobody wants that. But that's why the paid surveillancers that they hire do what they do, because it's supposed to be psychological warfare. It has absolutely nothing to do with, oh, we just need you to collect some data and take some notes and report to us. That ain't what that is, because otherwise they wouldn't be trying to force their way into the biofield of the collective. They wouldn't be trying to move in odd ways intentionally. They wouldn't be playing peekaboo. Okay, if that's what it really was. I think that I've accidentally seen like legit FBI agents that are not crooked FBI agents or pretend wannabe FBI agents that's, you know, put in their name in the Wi-Fi options, the FBI van. The FBI surveillance van. I think legit FBI people might be more sophisticated than that because they do not wish to be discovered by nobody, so that they can have a thorough investigative session and so that they can have the leverage in which they truly want. They don't want to be seen. They don't want somebody cutting on their Wi-Fi settings and then it says the FBI surveillance van. Because if there was a crook and a criminal on those premises, the crook and the criminal, anywho, that was extra. Didn't really plan to say that. Okay. I know that was... I gotta go because this is for me. I hope y'all, not hope, cancel, delete, and destroy and correct. Honorable beings. Find your own creative way. Shower, energy shower with some sea salt scrub. And put some spring, you know, some shit on a flow, bitch. And make it, you know, aromatherapies, you know. Okay? And sometimes even while you're surrounded, literally encompassed by snakes, literally by snakes, reptilians, okay? Sometimes this is what you got to do. Now, what's fascinating is in the book that some of them read, there's all these stories that they like to tell with glowing emphasis about how Annihilus and Paul or whoever, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Some of them good old boys, whatever. You know, they tell the stories, the glowing stories about how they were in jail and late at the midnight hour. Anyway, they tell the stories about how they were surrounded by their enemy, how they were entrapped and imprisoned, and in the middle of it all, they had to sing and they had to do those things. And none of these people, no, they do it in church. They do it in a distorted way, thinking that people who won't be bullied by them is their enemy. People who won't just lay down and take their bullshit as their enemy. People who don't believe like them as their enemy. People who they're threatened by is their enemy. And then they call themselves singing and stomping. That's a spell, and it's for nefarious, ego-based, hatred-based reasons. But we're talking about as it pertains to when you know you are being wronged and targeted versus delusional sense of that. Out there tearing up people's lives and then say, out there stealing from people, doing baneful work on people and their children, interfering, stalking, lying, smear campaigning, and then when stuff happens, I'm being attacked, I'm being targeted. Okay.